Hey there guys, thought I might do a little video on my S10. It was originally a 1998 ZQ8 pack, 4-cylinder, 5-speed, pretty fancy. It was lowered 6 inches in the front and the rear, so it was pretty low. I did that, new drop spindles, blocks in the rear. Then everyone said I should put a V8 in it, and back at that time it would have been like the old 350 and a carburetor and 700 R4, and I don't know, wasn't all about that. Liked the fuel injection, wanted to do something different, so I turboed the 4-cylinder. That was cool. Drove it around a little bit like that. Then parked it. Well, years later, I got my first 4-wheel drive, a 2002 GMC with a 5.3, and boy, I like that truck. That was a good, rock solid engine, still is. So that got me thinking I could maybe swap a 5.3 into it. So I started researching, and I came across a Gearhead for Life on YouTube. And I watched all of Mark's videos, and I thought, you know, maybe this would be something I could do. And so I started buying. I picked up my 5.3 from a local junkyard for 300 bucks. Got it. And I changed out the oil pan on it, and spark plugs and oil, and that's it. Then I went to that same junkyard and I got a wiring harness, which was a treat. Never did one before. Got the pinout chart, took out everything I didn't want, and hooked her up, hope for the best. Put the engine on just the bare frame of this truck, and little gas and a battery, and away it went, no problems. So that gave me good hope. Then pulled the engine back off, put it in my garage, and the next following summer I spent the money. I liked having a standard, I wanted to keep it that way, so I went and bought a brand new Tremec T56 Magnum, pretty quality, gained a gear. Had to wait for that for 6 months, which was a pain in the ass. Then picked me up a new Stage 2 Hayes clutch and a lightweight aluminum flywheel. Pretty classy. Then nice bell housing, she fit right up good. There's my oil pan. Got pretty good clearance now that the truck's been raised back up. I put new springs and shocks all around now. Clearance is no problem, rides nice. So now it's running and driving. Runs pretty good, shifts great, I like that part. It's got a little bit of a vibration when you hit like 55, 60. So I would like to go to a place near me and have a drive shaft built, and hopefully that takes care of it. I would like to probably do the upper half of this engine, new heads and an intake and cam, just because, I don't know, it runs great now. I got like 560 miles on it, and you already can't keep the tires on the road through like first, second, and third, so power is not really an issue. I just would like it to sound cooler, I guess. If I could ever get traction, then I guess I can use that power. It wheel hops right now since I put this new bed on, which is a pain in the ass, trying to get rid of it. But once I get rid of that, maybe we can take her down to the track, see what kind of time she'll put down. Just driving down the road and stuff, it feels like it's pretty fast. Not bad, at least for an old beater S10. So here I wanted to get a full set of odometer gauges always, so this was not the cheapest way to go, but I spent my money here because it's cool. I really do like this speedometer. GPS, just put a little sensor on the roof, hooked up a power in the ground, and that's all there is to it. Works great. It tells you your heading, the time, latitude and longitude, odometer, top speed. I mean, it's pretty classy. I guess that's why it comes with the price tag it did. But I like it. I didn't really want to mess around with hooking up any kind of a speedometer situation. The wiring on this truck, even before I did anything to it, was kind of a nightmare. So I gotta get some new wiring so I can have my heat and stuff. But other than that, that's not too important, to having heat and stuff. I'll just drive my other truck in the winter. But yeah, tells you your location. I got 44 hours on her. The time I never set. Tells you your heading, facing to the old north. Peak speed. Had 119 out of her once or twice, but because of that vibration, not a big fan of letting it go. Some of my pals coaxed me a little bit to turn her loose and see what it's about, and that was in 5th with pretty much no problems. So I gotta imagine it might be able to bury the old speedometer, but when we get that vibration figured out, we will find out. I guess we'll start her up a little bit, let you check it out. I did have some issues with that tachometer at first, always reading like less than half of what it should, so it'd be like at 500 right now. But I ended up just switching it to the 4-cylinder pulse on the back, and now it works perfectly, so cool for that. Pretty decent oil pressure, and the charging system now works pretty good. So overall, I'm pretty happy. Not much exhaust on it right now, nor I don't think will ever be. But yeah, it purrs along real nice. I'm a little surprised I still got the 4-cylinder radiator in there with an electric fan. Never gives me any troubles. I can idle here in the sun, not moving all day, and it seems to just hold right at 210 beautifully. Figured I was going to have to get a full-size radiator or something. I still might, but for right now I'm not too worried about it. I let it get up to like 230 and then turn the fan on, and it brings it right down, no problems. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be alright. If I were to do it again, maybe some things would be a little nicer, but I had to notch out my core support so I could lean the radiator ahead.